ready today.
Yeah.
Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we're reviewing Power Season 2, Episode 6. But before we get started, tell them
Why
what
that doesn't about subscribe to our channel?
I cannot. I mean, he know his job. Okay,
Got things
so
to do.
the show opens with Renzo Tejada having a party at the house. He got all his peoples over there. They, cheering.
They are like,
Monet walking around looking like a hot damn, she's heated. Like, I know you not got all these niggas up in my house.
Yep, all of them.
Speaking of which, I did hear a couple of niggas being thrown around by some folks that was
A whole lot of them.
I'm
like,
really, that's what we doing? Take it easy over there at Power. Take it easy. Anyway, Zeke and his friends walk in, and Tejada walks up to him with his boy, like, play him like you don't belong there. This is a private party. Sorry, you're not invited. And Zeke is like, Monet was like, it's cool to come over with some of his friends. I want to know, why is it that Tejada ain't never met Zeke before? That's
exactly.
I thought.
So I'm confused.
So
he didn't grow up
for 10 years. He was in for 10 years.
So is that when she decided to go get him? He didn't grow up with the family?
Evidently, when he went in, and he went and got, or she slowly but surely eased Zeke over. But maybe Zeke came when it was time to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's.
But even when it was supposed to be, your nephew, you don't know your wife's siblings, kids.
Well, they was all little. That's what I'm saying. Like when the show first started, his homeboy was like, "You raised a boss daughter," and I was like, "He raised two. He been gone. Who did he raise?"
Mm-hmm.
Well, he don't know Zeke. He gave him the disrespectful pat down. They walking through, and Zeke seeing Lil Guap, so they looking like, what is this nigga doing here? I'm wondering the same thing, Zeke. What is he doing there? Why is Guap like all up in the spot? He come over talking about he want to take a picture with Tejada for his IG.
Come on now.
If he don't stop,
enough with that. That's why. Why is he still alive?
I gotta keep telling him to stay off. Drug dealers of America don't have an IG, or at least they shouldn't have.
They do. That's why these fools get getting caught. They so dumb.
That's
what's wrong with this generation.
I could go online and see guns and, I see
money.
Every now and then you be seeing all the weed rolled out, and sometimes they be like, I'm like, come on, y'all is just ignorant as hell. Y'all want to go to jail. It must be comfortable for some niggas. Just saying. Because they stay up in there.
We see it over and over, and all the police doing is just monitoring the YouTube, the Facebooks and all of that.
They rap about it. They make a song, how they had to kill a nigga. Corey came over.
See what I'm saying?
They didn't put Corey's name all up in the song. Anyway, Tejada walking around introducing Drew as his predecessor to the kingdom. He's making sure everybody knows that Drew is his right hand, and Kane is definitely not feeling that. I feel Kane though, because I feel like Kane do all the work. Kane kills other people. He gets all the dope. Kane does all the work, and he gets no respect, none.
I'm like, Kane, your mama didn't respect you, and your daddy don't respect you.
Daddy don't either.
And you was going hard, like what daddy say, what daddy saying, and daddy come out, and daddy ain't hollering about Kane. Oh,
not at all.
Now we got Kane versus Abel.
But Abel don't want to play. He don't even want to. He want to get him some big dick and some peace of mind and draw some pictures. That's what he wants.
But he ain't acting like it when it comes to his daddy though. Like his daddy be telling him what to do, and he be acting like he all in with his daddy. He acted like more like he didn't want to be a part of it with his mama, but with this one, he acted like he all in.
That's just the way they got it set up. They've been trained to like It's almost like when them daddies go off to jail, the mamas had them kids so like worshiping the father. So when he get home, because like I said, it was 10 years ago. They was all little. So they built this thing up with daddy's home. So they all got daddy issues and mommy issues, clearly. Excuse me. So Tejada is trying to set up shop with his homeboy from jail. Homeboy said he ain't with it. He got his own thing going on. Matter of fact, he done hooked up with the very niggas that he was trying to, be protected from while he was on the inside. These hoes ain't loyal. So he like, first of all, Tejada tried to make a deal talking about we gonna do this, I get 60, you get 40. How you making percentages in your favor and you ain't even got no connect or nothing? You got nothing.
You ain't got nothing. He coming out still thinking what he was back 10 years ago.
I think he about to find out. Did you see him tell Monet go get some chicken?
I was offended.
He played her, even Diana had to look like, So Monet, she sent Drew out. I guess this is the only person in the house that she has some type of control over. She sent Drew out to go get some wine and then go confront his boy and was like, you know who I am? And he's like, you're Zeke's aunt. She's like, you know the fuck who I am. I'm Drew's mother.
Right.
You're not ready for this. Get the fuck out of my house. I would say she's absolutely right. He done already snitched once. You done already snitched once. And you are not ready for this. You not ready. So just go. Just go.
First time I ever agree with Monet.
I mean, Drew to put it on that boy. He's putting it. Put it
he
on.
shouldn't even want to be over there. I wouldn't even want to go over there. But he's sprung, I guess.
Huh. Anyway. Drew said he got a plan. He gonna put Drew in charge. He gonna put Diana in school. And he said, Kayla just be happy if he gets some respect from the streets. This is talk. They didn't woke up, this is the day after. They sitting in the bed. He telling her how it's gonna go down. She like, you don't even know Drew. Like, he got some things going on that you ain't even familiar with. He was like, yeah, I know him. I seen him. I picked him like checking out one of them ball players. But, I know him. It's straight. We get it figured out.
You know what? He ain't got a bad plan. Everything he said made sense. I mean, outside of Drew, because we all really know Drew don't want to do it. But she was thinking the same thing. She was trying to set it up too with Drew. So, and truthfully, can't just being feared on the street should be good enough because he can't run nothing. So he right.
He's not gonna be happy with that though.
And Diana needs to be in school somewhere.
Well, she been begging to go to school. Her mama could have been put her in school, but
she ain't want her to. She want her out there in the streets.
Well, speaking of Diana, she done sashay her happy behind in the room with a tray of breakfast just for her. Daddy, I made breakfast for you. The disrespect of it all.
That would have got. Yeah, that was disrespectful.
Never done that. Who does that? I would never do that.
She's feeling herself. She's smelling herself, as they say. She's smelling herself.
When I get up and cook breakfast,
Daddy's a little girl now.
Girl. So how often in your house do you cook breakfast for one person? You just get up and cook breakfast for one person?
I have never been able to cook breakfast for just one person.
It don't make sense. And now you got the audacity to roll up in here with a tray. She said, to hell with you, Mom.
She said, I didn't know you would be hungry.
I didn't know you'd be hungry this morning. What do you mean?
We just woke up.
Are you hungry in the morning? You tried it. You playing all up in my.
You trying it on purpose, though. I felt like she doing it all on purpose.
She did. Lorenzo said he just wants everything like this is how this gonna work. This is how this gonna go. Everything is gonna be just like it used to be. Monet was like, my ass. Ain't nobody asked for it to be like it used to be. Who wants to be back 10 years ago?
But my thing with her is to open your mouth and say that.
I don't think it matters.
You still letting him run everything, just like you was letting him run it in the jail.
Well, he's a misogynist. And in their household, the woman, she told him not to smoke in the house. He was like, and you know what's crazy? It's two kinds of niggas. It's the ones that respect their wife and be like, hey, my wife said ain't no smoking in here. Y'all niggas gonna have to step outside, you know what I'm saying, and smoke. And you got this type of nigga that's like, this is my house. But it ain't been in your house in 10 years.
But she ain't saying it. That's my whole thing. Even if he don't do it, it wouldn't be because I didn't say it.
What he gonna
know
do?
That.
Right. I mean, the older I get, the less I can keep my mouth shut.
That's what I don't understand. That's the part I don't get.
Well,
we just be some arguing persons because I sure would have said it. It wouldn't have fly.
She just sit around making faces like she disgusted with the whole situation, but she ain't saying nothing. And it doesn't seem as though she has a real plan, but she ain't moving like she got a plan. Tariq is in court. Davis is trying to plead his case. You know, the whole situation is racially motivated. It's another Black kid that they're trying to, you know, pin this murder on. There's no proof. He is like, Tariq is an upstanding citizen, and the DA was like, well, ain't nobody here for him, so he ain't that upstanding because he is in this courtroom so low.
And I would have made her feel so bad. I would have been like, now you know his father died and his mother is in protective custody. Right. How dare you?
That's terrible.
Yeah. Because he had a good case. Everything he was saying was saying
he didn't realize what nobody there. Like, what? I guess he thought Lauren was going to be
come. His grandmama that he just took the child from, of course she wasn't going to come.
I think he was looking for Lauren. He found it out. Lauren. He found out about her. The judge, you know, said, nope, we don't care. Go back to jail. No bail. Fuck out of here. So, you know, Davis is sacked. After that is sitting and having a conversation with Tariq. Tariq wants to know where Jasmine is. And like, Jasmine had to go back into foster care. And to be honest with you, they're going to go hard on somebody who they think killed one of their own. And, you know, Tariq, like, I didn't have nothing to do with that. And, you know, the optics of it is you did. And that's how that's going to go. But he said, some appellate judges, can you calm down, please? Baxter.
Is that the puppy?
Yeah. He's mad because he's in his kennel right now because I'm trying to work. Anyway, he says some appellate judges can be persuaded, you know, if, you know, the right person does the speaking on your behalf. And so Tariq said, well, yeah, get Tate in here and I'll handle the rest of it, you know, after that. Tejada, Drew, and Kane are at the bar, and I guess that's the first time Drew been in the bar since he got shot because he started having flashbacks of that moment.
PTSD.
It's another moment where him and Drew are bonding, and Kane realized that shit is his fault. He does not want to talk about that. So in the middle of that moment, they were having to talk about getting shot. Kane pulls out a chain and he done had it, you know, fluffed up a little bit with some diamonds. Like, ta-da! Look what I got for you.
We're like, look, Daddy, look my way. Don't concentrate on him. Look over here.
Right.
Over here. I'm over here, Dad.
All for nothing. Because Dad was like, if you ain't trying to show me who that connect is, then I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the chain. He gave a little bit of shit about the chain though, because he did sport that shit in the next scene. He had that chain on, so he liked it a little bit.
He did. So don't act like that.
So he like, Kane is like, yeah, I get on it. He's like, what you mean? Call him now. Go make that phone call. So while Kane is out on the phone, allegedly, because we don't know that he actually called Homeboy, he having a conversation with Drew, talking about he want him to take over, but you was a little bit sloppy. You got to lead the civilians out of the game, you know, and focus on what I want you to do, what you need to do to run the organization. Drew was letting him know he did a little, investigating. And see, that's another reason why Drew is, you know, better to be running things than Kane, because first of all, he's not a hothead most of the time, because he has had his moments. But he was proactive. So So he went ahead and got the information about Aquino, who evidently runs the team or the crew that Tejada is trying to take over. He said he overworking his people and he ain't paying them nothing. So it seems like an ideal time to go ahead and take over their situation. And he said, and we need to eliminate Aquino. He's a threat. And Tejada was like, that's a big move. And he was like, yeah, but that's the move. So, he right away, he loving every bit of that because he liking seeing Drew like take charge and, that's probably the same thing he would have did, especially how Homeboy came off at his house. That was the most nice, nasty conversation, engagement. It was. It was definitely not friends. So we back at the house and Monet brought up on Diana in the bathroom and she was like, why you ain't tell me your dad was getting out? And Diana was like, he told me not to tell you. He didn't want you to get, your hopes up. And she was like, did he tell you to take my money too? And Diana was like, well, I was going to do anything I had to do to get my dad out of jail. She said, but I killed somebody, about that money. Mm-hmm. Diana was like, that ain't my problem. I was ready to slap shit out of Diana myself. She was really
real quick.
She got yoked. I was here for it. I was like, shit, matter of fact, she didn't get yoked good enough. I needed to see a vein pop out in her forehead. Like, really make her think she wasn't finna breathe no more.
Right. Like, you done lost your mind since your daddy here. You think you gonna talk to me any kind of way? Slap her.
I'm out here murdering people and you doing shit behind my back? Tarika's in jail having a conversation with Kanan. Trying to figure out.
And it's something though that his conscience is Kanan and not his daddy.
Well,
like, you know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness.
Because him and Kanan did have a connection with each other at the end of the day. The connection was real. I think he mad that he took his dad's side. Otherwise, Kanan would still be alive. So he going back and forth in his head. Who tried to set him up? He think it's the woman. He think it's Monet. And Kanan said something like, sometimes it's the ones you love the most. So soon as he said that, fast forward over to Lauren confronting Professor Carey. Oh, Carey, she's another one. Where did her and Diana spend their Christmas vacation? Because they came back two big old bitches. She cocky as hell. Lauren figured out that Professor Carey set her up, and she confronted her about it, and Carey it ain't my problem. Don't worry about it. You got
that's so close. You got her in it.
Yeah, but she not taking any responsibility. Listen, Tariq did this. She just being real cocky and real got a boner for Tariq all of a sudden, really bad.
Which is crazy because you were his number one cheerleader when old boy was always dogging Tariq at the beginning. You was all like, Tariq.
She know Jabari was full of shit. Not a good guy. Now you trying to act like he was.
She didn't even like Jabari, right? She been hating Jabari the whole time. Now all of a sudden, you Jabari's number one cheerleader.
Well, now he hate Carey. So somebody take her ass out. We're done with Carey. We're done with the teacher that
I've been done with her ass since the first start.
We're done. We're ready for her to go. Somebody kill her. Somebody come get her. It's time for class as usual. We always have, one class session, and the question of the week is freedom and illusion. Absolutely. Depending on what you look like. Light-skinned Keisha was like, we're not finna sit up here and try to act like we having class like we ain't in jail. Let's don't sit here and pretend like that shit didn't happen. We need to have a conversation about that. White girl, is he gonna be able to come back to school? Typical. She they the park walk him across the darn campus and you want to act like did nothing happen. What's his name? Tate was like, well, he innocent until proven guilty. We not just gonna put it out there like that. Come through, Lorenz, please. Can you take her out? Can somebody take out Carrie?
Because Carrie was ready to drag her back out in front of the students and have them hang, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, she getting off on it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Dante over there all in love, waiting on Monet to drop Tejada to come live with him, introduce him to his son. He in there in fantasy world. While they sitting there talking, Tejada calls Monet, and she got to bounce because she got to answer this call. So he want to know, like, look, Tariq is locked up for murdering that cop, and who decided to do that? Who set him up for that? And how you know, this is not a good look, because how you figure it's not gonna come back on us? So
your dumb son did that. That's why he can't run nothing, dummy.
He did do that.
Mm-hmm. But he put it on Monet. He said, "This was y'all plan."
Well, that's what I'm saying. She doesn't have a plan. So,
but that's what he put it on. And then at that point, you should have said, "No, your dumb son."
Wasn't she in charge?
Yeah. She should have said, "Your dumb son did that without my permission." That's what you should have said.
Actually, her man told him to do that. That was Mecca's advice.
Set up.
He didn't say set up Tariq. He said, "Is there anybody else you can blame for the shit before you leave town? Instead of leaving town, is there anybody else you can put it on?" And so he put it on Tariq.
Oh, you talking about her other man?
Right. Her baby daddy, not her husband. So Monet leaves Mecca's house. Well, when he's with Monet, he's Dante. Monet leaves Dante's house and goes to visit Davis. Somewhere in between, maybe she had the $250K already on her. Or it was in the car, I don't know. But she wrote up on Davis with $250K and told him she wants to know anything and everything about Tariq's case as it relates to her family. David said he'd do it for $500,000. David have made a lot of fucking money. Is he sharing that money, or is he just keeping it all to himself? That's all his money. I love me some Method Man.
Mm-hmm.
Steph
ain't saying that. You see how he dressing? He ain't saying none of that money.
Facts, because he's still stuck on stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So Monet, after she leaves David, she confronts Kane about planting the shit on Tariq. I'm like, no, y'all don't know nothing about nothing. And he was like, well, you told me like the shit fall. She was like, you are a master of making things worse. I'm starting to feel sorry for Kane. Like his mama and daddy, they just dog him. Poor thing. No wonder why he's a killer. No wonder why he's a killer. No matter what he does, they're going to call him a fuck up. So she tells Kane about the deal with Davis and how he needs $500,000, to keep her in the loop. She said they need Course Connect to stay running so they can get that money. Although her husband says that's a no. But she said, we need that to keep running. And he said, he could get Braden to do it. And she's like, let me speak to him myself, which is a smart thing, because we're not going to trust you to be handling things on your own. So, yeah, let me speak to Brady. And she said, Lorenzo can't know nothing about this. And he's okay with that because he doesn't like how Lorenzo was playing him anyway. So now he's back on Team Up. They're so confused.
He being used either way it go. He don't get it. Go on your own.
Okay.
He being straight. Yes, he being used either way.
He actually does better on his own. He didn't need them to find Mecca. But I really feel like Mecca found him. He thinks he found Mecca. Yeah. He thinks he found Mecca. But Mecca found him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Kane meets up with Mecca to tell him that, his dad wants to meet up with him. And, Mecca's like, so are you worried that if I meet your dad that you'll be cut out the scenario? And Kane is like, exactly. He was like, he already making Drew his right-hand man. And if I introduce him to you, like, you know, why he gonna cut me out the scenario that he don't need me? And Mecca's like, well, my business is with you. So I don't have to meet your dad. And, you know, right then he was like, okay. He felt a little more power, so much so he took that energy to his damn daddy. Tate goes to visit Tariq in jail. Tate is so funny. He's like, what the hell you got me up in here for? Like, you ain't did nothing for me that you said you was gonna do, but you got me in here trying to help you. He sound like Ghost. Talking about, I knew your dumb ass was gonna end up in jail. Why y'all keep saying y'all knew Tariq was gonna end up in jail?
They said that. Because they said it.
So
that was funny though.
Oh, Tariq. I mean, Tate.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, damn.
So, you know, Tariq is like, I can't do nothing for you out here. He's like, you ain't did nothing you said you was gonna do. He was like, you know, telling him that about the book. There's a book that Sweeney has that's got all that dirt in it, and you know, I could get it for you, and it'll probably blow his, you know, his situation up. And he like, I'm gonna help you this time, little nigga. But if it don't go through, don't call me no more and ask me to do shit else for you. Tejada meets with the family to tell them the plan. He be planning all kinds of shit. He ain't got no connect. The plan is we not working with Tariq no more. That nigga's like in jail or whatever. We're not gonna do that. You know, that whole thing. We ain't working with Tariq. We ain't doing none of that shit at Stansfield anymore. The plan is we're gonna work the streets. That's brilliant. Back to the streets. That's so lame. We're going back to the street. We're gonna take over Queens. Everybody's gonna have their own crew except Diana, because she's going to school. We need her to be a businesswoman, not out here slinging, you know, the cocaina.
I do agree they need to get out of Stansfield, though. I think they need to just, that's stupid to me what Monet doing. You finna get caught up. It's too much going on Stansfield. Y'all got dead bodies and stuff. Like, stay away from over there. That's
it's
dumb.
Like house on fire, but I still need my shoes. I'm gonna run back in.
Yeah, like, come on. What are you doing, Monet?
Well, you know, he laid out the orders to everybody, and Monet's like, you can just chill. We're working on your retirement plan. You have nothing to do anymore. Daddy's home. You ain't got to do shit. So the kids all get up and leave after just being given their orders. Monet was like, you just ain't gonna be ordering me around. Like, I've been running this shit since you've been locked up. He was like, I was running shit. And she was like, well, we were working together. No, we were making plans together. Now you just coming out here telling me what to do. And I'm not about to do that.
He was telling you what to do in there too, and your ass was doing it too.
He looked at her.
I ain't seen Monet run shit. He was telling her ass what to do in there.
I've seen
and she would get mad and go do it.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
He told her to enjoy her retirement plan, threw her a wad of money, and told her to go shopping. Go shopping. That's so disrespectful. Where'd he get that money from?
Shit, from them. The money that was at the house. Shit, he said, all this shit mine. Take this $50. All the rest of this is mine. My house. My shit.
Go shopping. Be gone with you. And while you out, bring me back some chicken. Tariq is back in court.
Really, the new judge. People.
Huh?
Really chicken power people. He's married to a black wife. And you gonna make him say,
y'all
go get me
let him
chicken.
say nigga and tell the fish to go get chicken? Are you? That's what we're doing?
Come on now. I'm looking at y'all writers.
I would like to speak to the manager, please. Tariq is back in court. They done worked some things out. Tate done his magic, what he said he was gonna do. This judge came in here like another black man getting strung up for some shit he didn't do. It don't sound right to me. Young man, do you have a job? Yes, Your Honor. I work at school. I tutor other students. Good job, son. Based on what you told me, they don't have any evidence. We're gonna let you go home. We're gonna give you $2 million. No, what did he say? What was the bail? $2 million?
It was it was $1 million, I think, because I was like, oh, he got $100,000. That was a $1 million bail.
He got $2 million. I think bail was $2 million, and but he got to pay 10% of that.
Yeah. So he had 200,000.
Easy. He get that easy. Why do I be stressing about shit when you can just go get you? I'm doing this shit wrong. Anyway, they let him out except for he has to wear an ankle monitor. So Davis is in there breaking down the rules for Tyreek. You know what the expectation is for the ankle monitor and everything. And Stack's gonna be like, "What you done killed this cop? What exactly are you doing? Like, why would you do that?" Tariq like, "I ain't killed no damn cop." Stack was like, "Well, you should."
Ain't never had it for him. He ain't never had it for him. He like, you did it. You did it. You done killed the cop. Who else you done killed? I know you did it.
Davis is like,
just
shut
like
the
your
fuck
daddy.
up, please. Will you stop doing that? Tariq asked about his mother. Davis like, no, I ain't heard nothing yet, but I'll let you know. And you know, then they let him go. And then he cut Stacks out like, I'm gonna need you to never be accusing our client of murder. We work for Tariq. That's how we get our money, stupid. Say you're not doing that shit again. Stacks was like, okay, I won't do it again.
Oh my God.
He's like, we working with this nigga, not against him, you dumbass. Then he took his little briefcase purse. He said Tasha's in Mexico, but neither one of them think it's a good idea for Tasha to talk to Tariq. It's like if she convinced that nigga to run, we will not get our money. So he can wait on that. Absolutely. Tasha been asking about him, but we know Tasha down to the queens over there being a lesbian that sings.
Tasha busy.
She busy. She's jail. She was in jail last week over there in Queens. So Tariq shows up in the daggone dorm. He done walked in like he was just there yesterday. Brandon's like, what the heck is going on? What? He mad. He done walked in there, turned on the shower just in case the place is bugged. I was like, I can hear you, so why wouldn't the bug? You know, this technology worked way better than it used to.
Right.
Hell, in this day and age, the neighbors can probably hear everything you're saying.
And Brandon might got to watch on you while you turning on the damn shower. Your girl did.
So they go back and forth. Tariq asked him, did he set him up? And he was like, nah. But, you know, he explained to him, like, you ain't tell me nothing. And that's true. Like, Tariq, you can't be leaving shit out and then he do stuff and wrong and he don't even know that he's doing it wrong. And
he kept asking. He kept asking you and you was playing him. So that's your fault, Tariq.
Your fault.
You act just like Ghost. I swear you are definitely
he did.
That's how he could do Tommy. That shit pissed me off.
So Braden said, Tariq tells Braden, you act like this shit is a game. Why don't you just have your daddy go get you a job? Like, you out here playing and now I got 2 murder charges against me. And Braden's like, don't blame that shit on me. And don't act like your daddy. Yeah, you a kind of privilege too, nigga. Like, we both do this because we want to, not because we have to.
Absolutely, because you didn't have to do it. And Ghost didn't want you to do it. And you grew up in the penthouse too. Shoot. So
wasn't really nothing to say after that. So Tariq will throw an attitude and tell him you're no longer a part of course. Like, Braden's like, I helped you build that shit. And I was like, he did. Like, he the one came up with that dope ass locker situation. Like, you can't kick him out. Plus, didn't he say some backwards to say you work for him? That's what I thought.
Right. You technically work for him.
You work for him.
Oh shoot.
Braden and Kane meet up with Monet. Kane over there still trying to tell Braden what to do, but this time, you know, Braden knows what's up. So you, Kane, once again, you're getting played because you think you're running this nigga, but he's actually very smart.
Yeah.
Jesus, because he wouldn't have made none of the mistakes, like we said, had Tariq let him in on what was really going on in the first place.
Exactly.
So he asked, what's her name? Monet asked him, "Do you know why you're here?" He was like, "Yeah, because you need somebody to run things over a standstill." She was like, "Anybody can do that." He was like, "Well, look, because I'm in down these streets, like I got white privilege. I can drive a dead body around in my truck. Cops ain't gonna ask me shit. They gonna let me go." And she was like, "The white privilege ain't gonna help you in these streets." He's like, "Oh, I got these streets. Ask your son." I got this.
He right.
She said, "You ain't ready. Monet, you ain't ready." How about that?
Monet, he harder than you.
He is. He is.
He didn't let Tariq boss him around like you letting him boss you around at home. Go get some chicken. Shit.
Bitch. Oh shoot. She asked Brayden if he planted to badge on Tariq, and he was like, "No." He said, "No, Kane tricked me. I didn't know what I was doing." Kane got me involved in that shit. And he walked off and left Kane there to deal with that shit. First of all, Kane didn't know that Tariq was out of jail because he looked a damn fool when he said that.
Wrong. Right.
Then he's sitting there eyeballing him like, "Don't you say shit. Don't you say nothing." And Humble was like, "No, because Kane tricked me and took me over there." And that's how that happened. Monet looked at him after Brayden walked off and said, "You don't have the power over him that you think you do. No, you do not." Poor thing. Poor baby. So Tariq meets up with Lauren. He finds out she is not a ride or die.
I could have told you that when you before you started messing around.
Girl.
You should have stayed with Effie. I told you that in the beginning, but you don't listen to me.
Well, hard head makes so ass. He was like, what is up? Like, you know me. You ain't come to the court, see about me. I didn't know what to do. I was so afraid. And they said Professor Carey said you were definitely gonna be locked up and you were gonna be charged for real. And he was like, Carey only saying that because she was fucking Zeke. She's trying to keep the heat off of what she got going on over there. What? I didn't know that. No, you didn't.
You ain't have to know. But Tariq, that's your fault. She already told y'all when y'all had that question a couple of weeks. If she was going to pick right or wrong, she was going to always go for right, regardless of the situation.
That's what she said. So Tariq is like, "Let's go to your room so we can talk about it." And she was like, "Well, so your man can't even go to your room?"
But you're living in your brother's house.
Well, after he was acting like that, she showed her true colors. He was like, "You know what? I'm done with you." Wait, Tariq, wait. He was like, "I'm going to drop the key off from your brother's apartment as soon as I go get my stuff." So he's done with that, hopefully. So now Lauren go take her badass over to Professor Carey, talking about, you set me up and blah, 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 and you tricked me into wearing a wire. She's like, "Ain't nobody tricked you into doing nothing. You did that on your own volition, and nobody held no gun to your head. You just didn't want mommy and daddy to know that you got caught with drugs in your room." And what's her name? Lauren said, "You didn't tell me because you were too busy fucking Zeke." And she was like, "What? Just leave me and Zeke out of it." And she was like, "Nah, I'm about to tell everybody." I hope she do.
I hope she tell it, but she
I
ain't.
hope she do. She's not. She's down there worried about the wrong shit.
Yeah.
So Effie comes to visit Tariq. And, she came to see how he was holding up. He said he had to pay the lawyer $2 million. He said that like it wasn't nothing. I got to pay my lawyer $2 million. So we need to get this Course Connect back running because I need to get that coin. He just sat there with ease and told Effie everything. And
everything. I mean,
even the things that he didn't say, she was like, "Shit that's understood ain't got to be said."
Right.
Tariq, when the shit was right in front of your face, you just didn't even. And she told him basically, like when he was going off on Brady, she was like, "Did you, she let him know he was wrong for leaving Brady out of the loop. Like that was a mistake. He's supposed to be your partner, and you ain't telling him stuff. How is he not gonna mess up?" And then they smash. But I'm okay with that because I prefer Effie over both Diana and Lauren. That's the one he should have been with anyway.
That's what I said.
That's his counterpart. She's cute, she's smart, so she intellectually on his same level, and she's street smart. So, duh, Tariq. The Tejada family dinner. It's some rice, it's some beans, it's some music, it's some dancing, and Monet is over all of that shit. They sitting around still celebrating Daddy's home. Remember when we were 10 years old and we used to dance around the table? Child. Monique said, "You know what? I'm about to go get some cheesecake," aka Dante. That's what we're gonna call Dante cheesecake.
Okay.
She, I guess, decided, my family comes first. So she goes over there to break up with him and tells him to stay away from Zeke and stay away from her. He's like, "Stay away from Zeke. Like, that's my son. I'm going to meet his ass. You stay away from him and you stay away from me." So you ain't running shit. He ain't happy. Now you done messed up the whole thing because, you should have took your ass over there with Daddy so he could fix it. But what you do, you sit up there and let homeboy get you fetching chicken and shit, and now you stuck fetching chicken.
That's what I'm talking about. That's her mentality. That's where she ought to be stuck at.
Fetching chicken.
Some dang chicken. Yep.
I would have went to get cheesecake with my bag and been like, "I ain't going back over there. I don't like them kids. I don't like that man."
Not the kids.
I'm staying here. Tejada and Diana are in the kitchen, and he lets her know that you're gonna go to college, but he says St. John University, and she got mad because she want to go to Stansfield with Zeke.
Girl, you ain't smart enough to go to Stansfield.
And she can't play basketball. She can't play ball, so
that's the only reason why Zeke done butt there, because he playing ball.
Well, she mad.
Ain't that like an Ivy League school? Who does she think she is?
And you gotta apply to college. You don't just get to be like, "I want to go here."
Cause it was hard for Tariq to get in there. He's smart as shit.
Tariq had to agree to tutor people in order to be there, and he's smarter than the damn professors. Lord. So once again, she mad at her mama because she don't want to go to that school. So she told Tejada, "Mama act like she ain't even glad you're home," and she was having a whole plan to move on without you. And that was fine because that's not what was happening. Like, nobody knew his ass was getting out of jail.
Nobody knew he had life. Stop the little girl.
She was really just tired of the damn drug life. She was trying to get out. So he went to go ask Drew so he could get the real tea. He asked Drew, about the move, and Drew told him, what was up. But he told him in a way like, "Ain't nobody know you was gonna be out of jail, so no, you were not part of the program." Because he's like, "I'm not working for Zeke." I feel like he knows because he has way too much energy against Zeke, somebody that he supposedly never met.
He knows something.
He already know what it is.
He know Dante.
So he tells Drew, yeah, he knows Dante.
That's why Dante can't see him. That's why Dante was like, "Yeah, no, I'll only deal with you." Right. Because they know each other. Hell, that's probably his brother.
His better looking brother. So Drew tells him, that's when Drew tells him that they need to make a move on Keno. He like, I like your plan. So we gonna go ahead and make that move on Keno. And I want you to go over there and like taste that joint, see what's up over there tonight. So he had to change his plans, and Everett won't get no booty. Damn, Everett. That booty ain't good for you. It's gonna get you in trouble.
You just don't mess with it no more.
No. Sometimes, the good deed keep you hanging around longer than you damn sure need to be hanging around.
Not for death. It's been death all around that booty. No.
Well, I ain't never had no booty that made me stay around that was gonna get me killed. But
right.
But I have stayed longer than I should have. Tariq and Breeden get their business back on track. He finally breaks down and tells Breeden everything, which is good. So then Kane got all the balls in the city now. So he gonna meet up with his daddy. Told him don't bring Drew. So his father rolls up. That's when I noticed he had that jewelry that he was unappreciative of. Mm-hmm. So Tejada is like, so where the plug? Kane is like, I'm the plug, nigga. Stop being funny. Who's the plug? He was like, you ain't got to worry about all that. You put Drew over me, and you're not finna cut me out the situation. So as far as you need to know, I'm the plug. And he is like, this is why you ain't ready to be in charge. Now you need to make up your mind. Are you my son or my boss? Look like he your boss, because ain't nobody trying to work for you. Not your boy from jail, not your son. Like, maybe you should go ahead and take that picture of a little walk. See how that gets you out there.
Oh no,
that can be your what you call it? Your application. Sorry, notes got a little
wishy-washy.
Yeah. Okay, so Tariq sends Effie to meet up with Monique. With Monet. She gives Monet a burner phone. This is how they gonna do course correct. Tariq can't go nowhere because he got that darn ankle bracelet on. So you're gonna have to deal with Effie. Effie ain't scared of you, girl. So, that's how that's gonna work. So she left her with the phone and was like, keep this on you, so we can be in contact with each other. Meanwhile,
and Monet try to come with her on some little hoe shit. Like, oh, you must be hitting it. He must be hitting that real good. Monet, nobody operate like that. But
that. Hell.
I hate if he says some mess like that.
Because we women and sometimes we do stupid shit like that. Like, gotta knock each other down. We out here in this game. I thought that's who you fucking in.
That's why don't nobody respect you, because that's what you're coming with.
You go straight to that. She said the same thing with her daughter. Lauren ran down to the DA's office to beg her that she don't want to testify. Now you want out of it. DA was like, well, bitch, next time don't sign some shit you didn't read.
Right.
Because they will be calling you to come testify. That part is a fact. Breeden goes in there and steals that book from his family. He didn't even ask no questions. He just went and took that shit and, got it on out of there. And Mecca's pissed. He
don't like his family anyway. He's like, okay, that's what you
all right.
I got.
Easy. Mecca's pissed because Monet broke up with him, so he changed his mind. Now he want to meet. He didn't text Kane. Now he wants to meet Tejada. I want to see this. I want to see Tejada and Mecca finally meet each other. So the show is
out there looking at that boy play ball like, nah.
I'm not going nowhere.
This ain't mine. You sure to fool my child. That's what he's looking at.
We need to call Maury. So the show ends with Tariq and Effie meeting up. He showed Effie that letter that Ghost left him, and they have a moment. We see them. I like Tariq and Effie. I'm here for that. And we see how Diana she's not prepared to tangle with Effie. So go to school, girl. So the show goes off with Tariq burning the letter. That's what he should have did with it. That was a terrible letter.
That was a terrible letter.
So that's it, y'all. Daddy's home and Daddy about to meet baby daddy. And that I'm here for.
Well, I will say, because I, for one, was hating this, but I will say it has got more interesting in the last two.
You crossing over? You coming over there?
I'm starting to get a little excited, like, okay, what's going to happen on the next one?
Yeah, because I'm looking forward to seeing the meetup.
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
say, can we no more niggas, okay? Let's don't have no more non-black individuals saying nigga because folks get triggered. And on that note, where my man's
On
at?
that note, Day. I was trying to give him the signal, but he wasn't catching it.
He ain't
was
paying
just
attention.
taking
He's over there playing.
I'm finna say your part. Come on.
And you say that I'm stressful.
Here he come. Tell him what to do.
Smack that thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel.
All right now. See you on the next one.
Say bye.
Bye.